Going to walk you quickly through the steps required to install an Adventist news story on the Adventist Review site. First thing to do is go to adventistreview.org/manager, enter your username and password. Once you've logged in, you'll be taken to the dashboard. You can get back to this dashboard at any point in the manager by going to the dashboard link at the top left. We're going to click on Review and Edit Adventist News and click on Create New Story. This is the same screen you would see where you're editing a story. It would simply be filled in with the story's information. This assumes you have copy available to you. I'm going to switch over to My Copy document, and I'm going to select all and copy the entire thing. Switch back to my browser, paste it all into the content field. You'll see the system's asking you for a story title. I'm going to cut and paste my story title. You could enter this via typing if you prefer, or paste these in individually. It's your choice. Get rid of this extra space. Because this is an author we do not have on file, we're going to simply format his name by going to the Magic Wand tool, and here's where all your predefined formats are available. I'm going to go to Author Name, and I'm going to select my drop cap and go back to that tool and select Initial Cap. And here we have the basics of the story. Next thing would be if we want to insert a photo. To do so, we're going to locate the best place to put the photo in the copy, and we're going to click on the Image tool. Now here's where you would upload an image that you have pre-prepared for this use. As I've told you, we need to make sure that images within the copy should be around 400 pixels in width. You can drag or drop the file directly into the Drop File Here field, or you can click on the Choose File tab and select it from your hard drive, which is what I'm going to do here. You'll see the image is dropped directly in unformatted. You can click on it and then select the Edit button. In the title field is where you will enter your caption information. You can type this in or paste it in. In this case, I'm typing some in so that I can give you an example of what to do to make the kicker bold. We'll need to enter strong and end strong. Strong and strong. It's essential these be correct. Now, if there is no caption for the image, be sure this field is empty. We're going to make sure that there is one for this particular example, and then next would be to select alignment, left or right. In this case, I'll select right, and save. At this point, your story basics are in place. Now we need to go to Custom Content and Display Settings. And here is where, if you did have an author name on file, for instance Carlos Medley, you could type it here and it would automatically be filled in. But since we have it in the copy, we're going to clear that out. The page type, this is essential. In this case, we're doing Adventist News. And you'll see as you begin typing, it should fill in. You put World News there if it was a World News story. We don't have a header image, so we're going to skip that. Under Display Options, these can stay pretty much as is unless this is going to be a feature story, in which case you'll need to select this as well as fill in a header image in Custom Images. If this were a World News story, you'd want to make sure you select the disclaimer if it's necessary. Under Media, I'm going to skip over this. I'd ask you to talk to me about that if you need some media inserted. Under Custom Images, for Adventist news stories, we'd like to include a thumbnail if at all possible. To load up thumbnails or header images, you're going to select these little arrows to the right of the field and click on them. That will open up your file browser for your web server. You're going to find the News folder, and then the year and month of the story you're publishing, in this case 2013-11. And here is where you would load up your thumbnail image. To do so, you can either right-click on the folder and go to Upload Files, or you can select the folder, and it's selected when it's grayed, and click on the Upload link. Either case will bring you to this window. You can click the Add button, select the image from your hard drive, click Open, and then I click Upload at this screen, and that will place it on the server. Then you close this window, and then you can either double click on the file or select it and click OK, and that will insert it. So we have the basics accomplished. Your story is ready for publishing. You can go ahead and publish it at this point, and to publish all you need to do is select Published and click Save. If you want to publish it in the future, you'd select a date here, or if you want to unpublish it at a future date, you can select a date there. If you simply select published and save, this field published on will automatically be filled in with the current date and time. I'm going ahead and leave this one as unpublished for now. And click Save. Now your story is saved. If you return to your dashboard, you will see under Adventist News that it is now added here with an unpublished note. You can edit or view this story. You'll see this is what it would look like on your website. Now once it's published, of course, on your home page, this story would show up with the thumbnail image and the story information next to it, and it would be organized by publication date. So that's the basics. If you have particular questions or if you're running into problems during this process, please don't hesitate to email or call me and we'll get it worked out. Before I go, I want to point out one other feature here that might be useful for you. If you're creating multiple stories, you can save each one as unpublished, as I just showed you, and then once they're all in place and you've reviewed them, you can go to Manage All Adventist News. This is also available for World News. And you'll see all the stories available and all the stories that have been created, and each one with edit, view, delete, publish, or unpublish. And if you've got multiple unpublished stories, they'll all show up here with this little orange button to publish, and you can simply just click right through them, bang, 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 and publish all of them right at one time. The last thing I want to show you is real quickly how to manage some of these stories in the front end of your site. So for instance, let's say you had chosen to view a story that exists and you wanted to look through some previous stories. Wherever you are on the site, we'll just select one here at random, you'll see this Manage This Page link present. Clicking on that will produce an overlay and will take you directly to the edit interface for that particular story. You can make whatever changes here you need to and save the story. And once you've saved it and closed it, you'll click on the little Close X at the top right, and this page will automatically reload with your changes in place. That covers the basic process. If you were doing a World News story, it would be almost exactly the same. The only differences with World News would be that in most cases you will not need to enter a thumbnail image. In fact, in all cases, as far as I know, we will not need a thumbnail image. And you'll need to make sure that under Custom Content Display Settings, Display Options, you have that World News Disclaimer option checked. But other than that, the process is exactly the same. Again, if there's any questions or if you run into problems during this process, please email or call, and I'll be happy to help you out.